Hi, welcome to the broadcast. Oh my, this is very interesting. All right, here's the situation. I go online and I talk about how the United States might be a threat against Canada because they're going to fall apart in the Middle East, etc., etc., etc. I say this on Twitter, etc., etc., etc. All of a sudden, I get flooded with 1,000 replies per hour from various people on Twitter about how I'm like I won't go into the disparaging comments, but basically I'm insane. Well, of course, everybody who ever met me knows that I'm actually functionally insane, but they're telling me I'm crazy and the United States will never invade Canada and I am just a horrible so and so, etc., etc., etc. But for like the spike in the messaging that has been coming at me is been completely seismically, like, off the charts, bigger than anything I've ever seen on this my attempt at doing shit online. But now this is very interesting. The algorithm in Twitter has now banned me once again because I just got off a 7-day ban for telling Nazis that Nazis doing Nazi things are bad people and I don't like Nazis. Now suddenly my account has been completely terminated because apparently, I don't know, what did I say? I have Trump derangement syndrome, I guess. Anyways, that's irrelevant. Like, I really don't care about that part. What this tells me, though, is something that we need to be aware of. The algorithms and the way that we communicate with each other online is going to be suppressed. And Twitter is a very good case study in how you suppress people who say things that you don't want them to say because you've got the juice and the power and everything in order to do that. This will happen across the entire internet because the entire internet is essentially corporate controlled, which means that it's going to be part of their matrix. Even what I'm saying right now through this YouTube feed, as long as it lasts, is part of this issue. We are rapidly, and I mean, like, and I look at content creators, I'm trying to do this myself and figure out this matrix. And when I look at how you build content on YouTube, the thing that really shocks me and amazes me is how much this is geared towards a very specific metric, and algorithm is designed to do a very specific thing. We're dealing with a situation where our ability to communicate internationally is going to become very much constrained. Twitter is a very good indication of this, as is any of the online platforms. We cannot, as citizens, expect these to be the means that we talk to each other and communicate with each other on going into the future. Once the horror really starts to bite in, and by my Twitter feed, I'm thinking it's probably they're starting to feel the panic and the shock. We're going to see a massive crash in the ability of people to actually talk to each other online. The things that we take for granted right now, do not expect them to last. Brace yourself for that. That's going to be hard because, like, I mean, I even as a Gen X guy who grew up before this stuff became a major issue, I'm still dealing with these things, and you know, it still hurts. Like, oh, my Twitter account just got crashed. Well, why did they do that? Because I was talking to people. Okay, Arlo, sorry, buddy. Up in Greenland, and Malcolm Nance and Dean Blundell and you guys that I occasionally contact. Yeah, I guess we're not going to be able to do the business in the same old way. I don't know how to do this in the future. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. But the point is, this is going to become more normal going forward, and we as Canadians and as citizens of the world need to keep it in our mind that the systems that we get our information through are also going to be throttled. Marshall McLuhan, back in the day. The medium is a message. Well, what he meant was that the way that and the processes that you get information from point A to point B, from like the source to the recipient, is the important issue. How that happens, I don't know. But no, I brace yourselves, because I'm starting to think that things are going to get really old school very, very fast. And most people do not have the background or the memory of how things were done before we were completely digital. We're like where we got to during COVID, when we're doing everything online, this sort of thing, what we're doing right now, what you're looking at me right now, that we never really had that before. That might not be here forever. That might be something that will be taken away as well. But anyways, the Americans are going insane. Their country is crashing in on themselves. I'll say that now while I'm online. But that is going to happen. So reach out to each other, and as much as I hate talking to people, it looks like I'm actually going to have to get off my ass and actually go out and actually physically talk to other people in order to maintain social interaction in planning how to manage the chaos that is lying ahead of us. Anyways, thoughts from the Borg bunker as I watch my Twitter feed get canceled because I said that the United States might invade Canada. Like, duh, of course they're going to take us over. I mean, Jesus Christ. Anyways, I need to work it into an argument. I need to put it down on paper, and I need to get down to work. Okay, stop procrastinating, call it in, get back to work. You Borg out. Bye.